Hi everyone. We are going to start learning about a new topic. So we'll be studying something new for the next couple of weeks. And what we're studying is something that everyone has at their house. It's also something that everyone brings to school with them every day. So think about if you can figure it out. It's also something that you might change during the day. So think about if you have a guess. The new thing we're studying is clothing. So the clothes that you wear, we can learn about how they look, how we use them, how they get made. So start to think about the things you already know about clothes and what you might want to learn while we're doing that. And the book I have for you today is a book that is about clothes. This is called Froggy Gets Dressed. It's by Jonathan London and illustrated by Frank Remkiewicz. Now, the good thing about this book is that you can act it out a little bit as I read it. So if I talk about Froggy putting his hat on, maybe you can pretend to put a hat on your head. Or if I talk about Froggy putting his mittens on, you can pretend to put mittens on your hands and act it out with me. So make sure you're in a space where you're ready to act out, and then we will read Froggy Gets Dressed. Froggy Gets Dressed. It was cold. Froggy woke up and looked out the window. Snow, snow, he sang. I want to play in the snow. Go back to sleep, Froggy, said his mother. Don't you know? Frogs are supposed to sleep all winter. Wake up when the snow melts. No, no, cried Froggy. I'm awake, awake. I want to go out and play in the snow. So Froggy put on his socks, zoop, pulled up his boots, zup, put on his hat, zat, tied on his scarf, zwit, tugged on his mittens, zum, and flopped outside into the snow, flop, flop, flop. Froggy, called his mother. What? Yelled Froggy. Did you forget to put something on? Froggy looked down. Oops, cried Froggy. I forgot to put on my pants. He flopped back inside, flop, 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 tugged off his mittens, untied his scarf, took off his hat, pulled off his boots, he left his socks on, and slipped his pants on, zip. Then he pulled on his boots, zip, pulled on his hat, zat, tied on his scarf, zwit, tugged on his mittens, zum, and he flopped back outside into the snow, flop, flop, flop. Froggy, called his mother. What? Yelled Froggy. Did you forget to put something on? Froggy looked down. Oops, he cried. I forgot to put on my shirt. And your coat, added his mother. He flopped back inside, flop, 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 tugged off his mittens, untied his scarf, took off his hat, he left his pants, boots, and socks on, and buttoned up his shirt, zip, zip, zip. Then he snapped on his coat, snap, put on his hat, zap, tied on his scarf, zwit, tugged on his mittens, zoom, and flopped back outside into the snow, flop, flop, flop. Froggy, called his mother. What? Yelled Froggy. Did you forget to put something on? Froggy looked down. He had on his mittens, he had on his scarf, he had on his coat, he had on his shirt, he had on his pants, he had on his boots, he had on his socks. He reached up. Yep, he had on his hat. What could be missing? Your underwear, his mother laughed. Oops, cried Froggy, looking more red in the face than green. What feeling do you think he's having if his face is more red than green? I think he's embarrassed. He flopped back inside, flop, 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 tugged off his mittens, untied his scarf, unsnapped his coat, unbuttoned his shirt, unzipped his pants, pulled off his boots, took off his socks, he left his hat on, and slipped his long johns on with a zap of elastic. So take a look. If you've never worn long johns before, they're kind of like, some people call them long underwear. They cover your legs and your belly, and they snap up and they cover your arms usually, so they keep you nice and warm under your other clothes. Then he put on one sock, zoop, pulled on one boot, zip, tugged on one mitten, zum, started to tug on the other, and let it drop. And he said, "I'm too tired." And he went back to sleep. Good night, Froggy. The end. I hope that when you are getting dressed at home, you're being very careful to remember everything you need so that you don't have to go in and out like Froggy. But I hope you had fun trying to act that out and get dressed with Froggy. And hopefully soon we won't need as many layers as Froggy wore since it's getting warmer for us in Chicago. I will see you all soon. I hope you're doing well. Take care.